Hi everybody, thank you for watching. So today's video is finally going to be my makeup monthly for the month of June. So in my makeup monthly videos, basically they kind of replaced my favorites videos because I'm going to be talking about not only my favorites for the months and my fails, but I'm also talking about the products that I thought were just fine. I started this a couple months ago as basically a way to be able to review more products in my monthly favorites videos because some products don't fall under a favorite, some products don't fall under a fail, but they're kind of in between. You still like them, you just can't categorize them as a favorite. So that is why I started doing my makeup monthly. So I have a lot of items here that I'm going to be talking you through why I love them, why I did not love them, and why I thought that they were pretty good. So before we get started, I want to say thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you have not subscribed yet, I hope that you will consider hitting the subscribe button. As of right now, I am posting every single day. So if you love getting daily content, you will be getting that from me because there's just so much to talk about. So if you love chatter about makeup, I hope that you will hit the subscribe button before you leave. But why don't we go ahead and get started with my June makeup monthly. All right, so first I'm going to talk about some of the products that I thought were just fine. So again, I obviously didn't hate them, but they weren't favorites. I still thought they were good products and I still would want to mention them to you. The first one is the mascara. This is from Julep and it's their With a Twist Lash Boosting Bamboo Mascara. So this is what the outer packaging looks like. I think it is super cute. This mascara definitely has a lot of claims. It's made with bamboo. It's supposed to lengthen and create fullness with your lashes. It does have an interesting wand. So this is what the wand looks like, and you might think that looks like a pretty standard mascara wand. It has this little twist cap at the top as well, and I don't know if the camera would be able to pick it up, but basically when you twist it back and forth, it changes the shape of the wand. So you're supposed to be able to twist it one way and it focuses on length, and then you twist it the opposite way and it focuses on fullness for your lashes, so you can twist back and forth and kind of get a 2-in-1 mascara in this. It also have clinical claims such as if you use it for 15 days straight, you're supposed to be able to notice a fullness to your lashes even without the mascara. I did get this to review from Preen.me, which is similar to like an influencer if you would be familiar with that, but basically it is for like beauty bloggers to be able to apply to campaigns to get products to review. So I do think this is a good mascara. I'll be honest that I'm not a big mascara person because I do wear false lashes a lot, even on non-filming days or anything. I just prefer to wear false lashes. It's easier for me than applying mascara because I feel like mascara can take forever. If you have short lashes like me trying to build them up, like it's just quicker for me to put a lash on, to be honest. But I did like this mascara. I thought it was an interesting concept with the twist, and it wasn't like life-changing to me, and it wasn't something like, I don't feel like I could wear this mascara if I'm going out and I'm not wearing false lashes, which isn't super often. I have those mascaras that I feel like just really make my lashes look really good. And this was just like a good one for me. It just wasn't overwhelming, but I still did like it. I didn't think it was like absolute crap and it didn't work at all. I still thought this was a good mascara, so this is the Julep With a Twist. So the next two products I have are actually ones that I use together, so I was going to talk about them together, but one of them is the Tarte Clay Stick Foundation. I did do a review of this one, so I'll leave it linked down below, and I mentioned in my review that I just wasn't a really big fan of it. I said that I didn't hate it, like I wasn't going to return it, and I was going to keep playing around with it to see like if I could make it work for me. The problem that I was having with it was that it just didn't really do much for my skin. It didn't make my skin look particularly healthy or flawless or dewy or glowy or just, you know, anything like that. It just kind of looked a bit flat on my face. I liked that it was creamy. I liked that it was easy to apply. I do like stick foundations. I think they're convenient. I did also say that this was very long lasting, and I still definitely do agree with that. It just didn't do much for like my actual complexion. But I kept playing with it, I kept trying it, and I finally figured out that I don't like to wear this on its own. And what I like to wear it with is this Pure Bronze Your Selfie. So this is a skin perfecting face and body liquid bronzer. So this is what the outer packaging looks like. This one was sent to me from Pure. I did buy the foundation, but basically it is just a liquid bronzer. But this I like. I don't love it. I'm not like super overwhelmed. I don't need to wear it every day, especially because I've been outside a lot lately, so I have a tan all on its own because I've been spending so much time outdoors. But before I was really getting outdoorsy this summer, I kept reaching for this to mix in with my foundations because I just think it's really pretty. It gives the skin a nice healthy glow. So when I mix this with the Tarte foundation, I'm like, these two go together really well. So since then, I actually really like this pairing together. I still can't put either one in a favorites category because I can't wear this foundation on its own. I do like the long lasting, especially in the summer. It keeps up against the heat really well. And then paired with this, I just think like it makes my face look so pretty, so healthy, bit dewy. I really like these together. Again, I don't wear this on its own a ton, especially now since I'm tanner. I don't necessarily need it, but mixing it in with a foundation, especially if you have a foundation that maybe is too light for you, especially if it is summer for you and you have a bit of a tan and maybe your favorite foundation isn't a shade match now, this could be a good option because this is a little bit too light for me, but this is a good option to mix in with those lighter foundations, and I really like the way it makes the face look. So the Tarte Clay Stick Foundation and the Pure Bronzer Selfie, I like them both a lot, so I definitely wanted to mention them in my find category and give you guys a bit of an update on how I finally made the Tarte Stick Foundation work for me. Last item that I want to mention in the find category is an eyeshadow palette. This is from Krisanna Cosmetics, and it is the Olympus eyeshadow palette. So this is what the packaging looks like, and then when you open it up, you have 15 different shades, and they're in matte and shimmers. And I like this here because it has the different shade names on it, and it kind of gives you a little like chart idea. I thought that was a really good idea. I was really appreciative of that. I have been trying out Krisanna Cosmetics for quite some time now. She actually found me on Instagram and first sent me her liquid lipsticks, which I really do like. I have quite a few of them. I was wearing both the Olympus palette and one of her liquid lipsticks in Goals AF in my summer bucket list video, so I can leave that link down below if you guys would want to check it out. I'll also have an Instagram tutorial. It should be up by the time this video goes up, but if it's not, I'm just Merch Beauty Word, and I do post quite a few tutorials over there. I really do like this eyeshadow palette. I wouldn't be able to classify it as a favorite, but it's definitely not a fail to me, and I do think it's a really good eyeshadow palette, and it's only $20 for the 15 shades. Like I said, you have some mattes in here and then also some shimmers. I've been able to try out quite a few of the shimmers so far. The mattes are really pretty. Some of the shades are just a little bit hit and miss in here. Like some perform better on the eyes than the others, but for the majority, I think this is a really good eyeshadow palette, and I think the shades looked really nice on the eyes, and they're very easy to work with, and there's very little fallout, which I did appreciate as well. And for only $20, I did not think that was a bad price. I also love finding like makeup entrepreneurs, girl bosses to be able to support, and I definitely do support Krisanna Cosmetics. I also do really like her liquid lipstick. Krisanna actually reached out to me recently and gave me a discount code as well, so I do have one. It's just Merch Beauty for 15% off anything on her website, so that will be linked down below, of course, as well with her website, and I'll also put her Instagram. I do want to mention the Olympus palette in this video because I have been using it recently and I've been very impressed with it, and I think this is a pretty good up-and-coming brand, so I think that you guys should check it out. So I just have two products to talk about in my fail category, so that's pretty exciting. The first one is a liquid eyeliner. This is from Donna. This is what the eyeliner looks like, and I used this in my makeup step roulette video, so I'll have that link down below if you want to see me use it. I tried it out for the first time in that video, and I think you could kind of tell my reaction. I was like, oh, this is not going well. I've tried it out a few more times since then, just because, you know, sometimes when I'm doing makeup on camera, it's not the easiest because I'm holding a mirror the whole time I'm doing my makeup. I don't have a table or anything in front of me. I get more, and I just really don't like it, and I feel bad because Donna did send this to me. They sent me some other products too, and unfortunately most of them have been a miss for me, which really stinks. I mean, I hate when that happens, but I will also be truthful, and unfortunately the liquid eyeliner also did not work for me. It was very hard. Like the tip of it is very, very hard on the eyes. So like it actually kind of hurt my eyes as I kept making the line, which wasn't good. It's also like very patchy, and it just kind of like skips across the eye. Instead of being able to make one smooth line, it's like This is also $25, which I think is really expensive for what it is, and it didn't work out for me, so unfortunately this was a miss in the month of June. Other product that was a fail for me might not be a surprise if you guys saw my Urban Decay Naked Heat review video. It is the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. I cannot show you the palette because I returned it to Sephora. I ended up returning it because it just wasn't for me. Again, I can leave my review video linked down below. I mentioned in there it wasn't a bad palette all around, but it just wasn't going to fit for me, especially because I have so many palettes, and especially because I had so many palettes that were comparable to that palette. It just didn't make sense to keep it in my collection. I did want to say in the video, I know I totally made it sound like I only tried that palette with the brush that came with it, and as the comments were coming in, I replayed the video because I was like, did I like really try to make it come across that I only used that brush? And I totally did, which was not the case. I would never only try one brush with a palette. It just doesn't even make sense. So I was trying to answer some of the comments of like, no, I did try other brushes as well. And I did mention in the video that with the mattes, I was like, I even tried my other blending brushes and it still just wasn't working out for me. But I did try all of my own makeup brushes that I love very much with that palette as well. And the shimmers just really didn't show up without some sort of like liquid MAC Fix Plus using them. And the mattes, I mean, not all of the mattes were bad. I thought the mattes were definitely better than the shimmers in the palette, but they still weren't like blending out miraculously or doing anything crazy, even with like my Sigma E40 or things like that. So I did want to mention that because I know it's probably sounded really confusing. When I filmed that video, I had an hour and 5 minutes of footage that I tried to cut down, and when I first did it, it was still at 35 minutes, and then I chopped even more to get it down to like the 20 minutes or whatever it was. So I know I was like cutting here and there, and I cut out the parts where I mentioned using the other brushes. So I did want to mention that because I know I got some comments on it like, why would you only use one brush with a palette? That was not the case. The brush I did not like with the palette either, but just because I have so many comparables to that palette, like what I showed in the video, I do comparable swatches as well, and then just the $54 price tag when I'm trying to save my money up for some other things right now, like my Beautylish order. It just didn't make sense for me to keep it, so I did end up returning the Urban Decay Naked Heat. So that was a miss for me in the month of June, which was such a bummer because I was so excited about that palette, but that's okay. There's more eyeshadow palettes out there. So moving along to my favorite products of June, the first two I have to talk about are going to be no surprise. I have a whole video review on these, but it's from Dose of Colors. The first item is the Marvelous Mauves eyeshadow palette. Oh, I love this palette so much. It has these 5 different shades here, all in the mauve shade range. It has a mirror. It has a little double-ended brush as well. This was $32. I picked mine up from Ulta. Dose of Colors is now being sold at Ulta online, and I've been having a fantastic time with this. I keep recommending it. I get a lot of questions of what cool toned eyeshadow palettes I would recommend, since you know warm tones are all the rage right now. If you like cool tones and you like mauves, I think that you would really love this eyeshadow palette. And the other one from Dose of Colors that I can't stop wearing, taking with me, it's in my purse at all times, is their liquid lipstick in Stone. I love this shade so much. Again, I do have the full review video tutorial. You see this on my lips in that video, so I'll have it linked down below, but their liquid lipsticks are so good. And if you love the mauve, like dusty rose type of lipsticks, you will absolutely love Stone. Liquid lipsticks are $18, but like I said, you can get them at Ulta, which I think is really nice, so you can use some points. I'll have Dose of Colors and Ulta listed down below. Their liquid lipsticks are really good. If you aren't following me yet on Instagram, you'll want to, because my 20K giveaway is going up over there, and you will see some Dose of Colors in that giveaway. But yes, both of these I would highly, highly recommend from Dose of Colors. This might be one of the more random things that I'm talking about in this video, but it is an eyeshadow primer. It is from e.l.f. Cosmetics, and it's called their Shadow Lock Eyelid Primer. It doesn't have the name on the bottle, so I had to double check that I'm getting it right. You can find this at Ulta. It is $2. $2 for this, and I think this is a phenomenal eyeshadow primer, and I personally don't really like eyeshadow primers. I've tried out a lot. I've tried the Smashbox, I've tried the Lorac, and I find them to be fine, but nothing crazy. A lot of times I'm mostly just using my concealers because I feel like the concealers do a way better job, but this is actually a really good eyeshadow primer, and it made me really excited. And it was something that I didn't even realize how much I was loving until every single day when I was doing my eyeshadows, I was like, where's my e.l.f. primer? Where's my e.l.f. primer? I need my e.l.f. primer. I can't use my eyeshadows without my e.l.f. primer. It's really, really good. I feel like I don't have any issues with creasing, which I know sometimes people can say they'll have issues with creasing if they try to use their concealers. I don't find any creasing issues. I use this and, you know, spread it on my eyelids. I set it like I would normally do. I don't have any issues with it, but I also like because it almost has like a peachy salmon tint to it, so it also is kind of color correcting the eyelids. I don't have a ton of pigmentation on my eyes, but sometimes I can definitely have like the little veins that peek through, and that's why another reason I think why I like using the concealer, because that covers it up more, where I don't feel like the Lorac or the Smashbox 24-hour primer. I don't feel like either of those cover up any redness you might have or pigmentation or veins, and this one does. So I've been loving it, and again, it's $2. It's $2. Like, I don't even know how I can go wrong with that. The next time I purchase anything from Ulta, even if I'm not done with this yet, I'm just gonna put this in my cart because why wouldn't I? It's become like my favorite eyeshadow primer. So there you go. Elf, nailed it. So this next product should also come as no surprise. I did a full video review of it, and I also did a makeup tutorial with it, and I'm saying how much I love it. It is the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe Brushes Eyeshadow Palette. Man, you guys, this is a good palette, and I don't care about any of the controversy or drama or whatever other people want to say or get mad at. This is a really freaking good eyeshadow palette, and I am just seriously impressed with it. It is out of stock right now, but I am hoping that the restock date is coming soon. At the time that I'm filming, they haven't announced the restock date, but she keeps saying soon, soon, soon. And I'm like, how soon? Because I want everybody who wants this palette to get this palette because I have just been loving it. I have gotten a lot of new eyeshadow palettes recently to review and try out, and it seriously like pains me because I want to use this one because there's so many more color combinations that I want to try. There's so many beautiful shades in here that I just want all over my eyes. It is such a beautiful palette. I've been very impressed with most of the shades. Like I said in my review video, not every single shade knocks it out of the park. There's a few shades that I will not use, but the shades that I love, I just absolutely love, and this palette inspires me to create makeup looks. I have really been loving it. I mean, I don't know if you can tell like how dirty it is because I have really been putting it to use, but I am really loving on this palette. It's $38, so I know it is a little bit more expensive for an eyeshadow palette, but you are getting 35 shades, and I do think that they are really good. So yes, the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, I do give it my complete stamp of approval. I'll have my videos on this palette listed down below if you want to check out my full review and my makeup tutorial, but I still stand by this palette and I would still recommend it. So next up, I want to talk about a fragrance, and this is so surprising to me that I am finding so many perfumes and fragrances that I've really been loving. I've never been much for a fragrance person, and I think I can blame Scentbird because once I started getting Scentbird, the monthly scents that you get, I've just been finding so many more like I think I've been realizing what it is that I like in a perfume, and I've been able to like hone in on that, and I've just been finding more and more perfumes lately that I really, really love. This one was sent to me by the company DefineMe, but once, I mean, if you saw me on Snap, I pulled it out and showed you guys for the first time, and then I sprayed it, and then I came back and was like, wait a second, I really like that, and I keep wearing it. This has been giving my Kenzo Flower perfume a serious run for its money. I was out all weekend, and every single day I wore this over my Kenzo, which is like shocking to me. But the brand is called DefineMe, and the scent that they sent me is Delphine. They do have other scents available as well, and these can be found at Ulta Beauty. So for Delphine, it comes in this little box like this. So this one has notes of lilac, freesia, lang lang, not sure if I'm saying that correctly, coconut, and rosewood. And I think it's really cute because on the back too it says Delphine is an artistic creative soul who radiates an effortless elegance. And I'm like, oh, that is like totally me in a bottle. I love it. But I also thought it was really cool. It says every bottle of DefineMe fragrance represents mold-breaking, barrier-crushing women that speak to qualities we strive for being confident, strong, creative, free-spirited, loving, passionate, grateful, and fearless. And for every bottle purchased, $1 goes to scholarships for girls. So I thought that was really cool, and I love being able to find companies or brands that also like give back in some sort of way like this. So I got even more excited when I saw this. I immediately, like in their little note, it said they're available at Ulta. I immediately went on the Ulta website. I put out a tweet about it right away. That's how excited I was over a fragrance, which is something strange to me because I normally don't get excited about those kind of things. But I also think this bottle is super, super cute. I have it on my desk next to my Kenzo perfume. I love the fragrance. I like really light scents. Like, you know, you can still tell that you're wearing a perfume, but it's not overwhelming. It's not like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? This one has definitely, I've just been loving it. So I'll have it linked down below as well. And yes, mine is in Delphine. And if you like light, fresh scents, this would be a good one for you. So next up, I have some skincare that I want to talk about, and these are from Milk Makeup. I know the Matcha cleanser and Matcha toner were getting a lot of hype, and I actually got these sent to me from Milk, which was super cool because I was thinking about picking up the toner. For some reason, the toner caught my eye over the cleanser. I'm really not even sure why, maybe because I don't have a ton of toners. But I was planning on picking it up to try it out, and then we actually got sent all 3 of them. I was like, well, okay, that's amazing. And of course, with all of my review videos, it doesn't have any bearing on it if something gets sent to me or not. I've mentioned products in the fine category and also the fail category of this video that were sent to me. So, I mean, that has no bearing, so let's move on. But I have really been loving both of these. I've recently started trying out this, but the Matcha cleanser and toner, I've been having such a good time with. One thing that I think that I really love about it too is the packaging and the convenience factor. I have been doing a lot of traveling, and these are what I'm taking with me because they're so easy to throw in my bag. I'm not worrying about them opening. It doesn't have like a pump on it like, you know, some cleansers do that you just can't travel with because there'll be pump and cleanser all over your bag. Like, that's not cool. So I definitely love the packaging of these, but also I just think that they're really good products. I find myself reaching for them more and more to the point where I haven't even put them in my like skincare drawer in my bathroom. They're just sitting out on my sink, which I know is not good and it clutters up my sink, but because I'm reaching for them so much, it's just become easier for me to leave them out. So that's when I know that I've really been loving a product. So first what I do is I go in with the cleanser. I do have a skincare video on my Instagram that I can leave linked down below that I show a demo of this, but I like the cleanser because it has these like little beads, like little granules inside. So while it's still a cleanser and it's not irritating at all because I have sensitive skin, but it's almost like it's giving you just a little bit more of an oomph as well. And it also smells freaking amazing. That was the first thing I noticed when I put this on. I was like, wow, that smells so good. And then the toner was the other item that I was really excited for. I cleanse, I remove my makeup, then I clean my face, then I put the toner on, and I follow with either my moisturizer or my night cream depending on what time of day I'm using these products. Then I use the toner, so it's the same kind of green as well, but obviously there is no like beads, granules, and whatnot. But yes, I have really been loving on the Matcha toner and cleanser. These are both $26, and I don't know, if you're really into skincare, I definitely am. I like skincare, I like finding new skincare, but if you're definitely into skincare, I would say check these out because I think they are really, really good. Also very convenient to use, which I did like. I have recently been trying this guy out too, but this is their hydrating oil, and honestly I was kind of worried about using it until I saw Jam Beauty 89. She reviewed a bunch of milk products and she talked about how much she liked this, and what I have found this for is like when I'm outside all day and I've been in the sun, and like one day I had not a severe sunburn, but like I could tell my face was a little bit pink. I used it that night, and when I woke up my skin just felt very like refreshed. It's almost like a cooling effect that this has going on, but my skin felt like fresh and like hydrated, and you know, it didn't have like that tightness anymore from the sunburn. And then I used it again kind of for the same reason, and I feel like it really does help. So it's not something that I would use every night or anything like that. Like maybe once a week I'd throw it in there. So this one, I mean, these two are definitely like favorites, and this one I'm still, you know, kind of in the new stages of testing out, but I wanted to mention it too because I've really been getting on with it. So yeah, Milk Makeup, I mean, this is a brand that has been very much impressing me. I love how like innovative and like kind of like unique their packaging is too. So I will have these 3 linked down below. I actually have a mascara that I have been loving on, which surprises me because like I said earlier, I don't wear mascaras a ton, but this was a mascara when the first time I used it, I was like, yes, I can use this when I don't want to wear lashes because it still makes my lashes look so good. So it's the Pur Big Look mascara. I have a deluxe size sample because it came in like a little trio of mascaras. The full size is $21. It says it's a lengthening mascara, which I do agree with, but I also think that it helps with fullness of your lashes too. I was very impressed with it, and it's funny because I've had this for a while, but if you've been watching my vlogs that I am like cleaning and organizing my makeup collection, I used to just have all of my mascaras just like clumped in this little tiny organizer, and I basically would use like the 3 on top. That was it because I wouldn't want to dig around for the other ones. I have since changed my mascara collection, and now they're all in this little neat section and I can see all of them. And so the other day I was like, oh, I have never used this mascara, I should try it out, and then boom, fell in love with it. I was like, well, okay then. It was a good decision to organize my mascara collection because now I found a new mascara that I love. So this is what the wand looks like, and again, it's supposed to be good for lengthening, but I think it's good for both. I've been loving it. I have had a couple videos recently where I'm not wearing lashes, I know, it's been kind of crazy. And in both those videos, I have the Pur Big Look on. So if you are looking for a good mascara for length and volume, this is $21, and Pur can also be found at Ulta. So I'll have it linked down below. So I recently discovered a product that kind of became like a life changer to me, a game changer, if that's not being too dramatic, but seriously, oh my word. I sent a really nice package from Vito Liberata. Again, it was sent to me from Pre.me, so I was doing it to review. It wasn't just sent in PR, it was, I applied to be a part of the campaign. It was sent to me to review, and they came with a couple different items. They came with the 10-minute tan, and they also came with some like face bronzing powders as well. And I liked all of those just fine. I have an Instagram video of me doing the 10-minute tan. I think it's a really nice tanner. This is on like a whole new level. This is the Vito Liberata Body Blur, and oh my goodness, I saw Carly Bible talking about it on her Snapchat, and I think she talked about it in a video too, but she said it really does blur your skin, and she said it even covers cellulite, and I was like, really? Because I have cellulite on the back of my legs that always really bothers me. I'm very self-conscious, like in a swimsuit. I very rarely wear shorts. So when she said that, I was like, okay, I need to try it, and wow, this really does work, and I was super impressed with it. I was telling my friend Shannon about the other day. We went out boating, and I was like, do my legs look better? Because this is what I use, and I need to stack up on this. Like, I didn't feel as self-conscious wearing my swimsuit in front of my friends. So it says it's an instant HD skin finish, 24-hour wear, and I have been using the shade medium. It says it's a technology that minimizes blemishes, covers imperfections, and smooths skin for a HD ready finish on limbs, décolleté, and the face. And seriously, like, I am so impressed with this. I really do think it covers up the imperfections. It made my legs, the back of my legs, look so much better. I also bruise really easily, and I have a 60-pound lap dog who sometimes her nails, like even if she just hits me the wrong way, I will get a really big bruise. It was helping to hide those bruises on my legs as well. I've just been really, really impressed with this. Like I said, like, I want to stack up. Vito Liberata can also be found at Sephora. Body Blur is $45, and it's for 3.38 fluid ounces. So far, I've really been only using it for the backs of my legs and then the front of my legs if I did have any bruising that I wanted to cover. So I think that this bottle can last me for a very long time, but I definitely want more of these because this really was, especially for the summer, like, this was like a game changer for me. So I've been really, really excited to try out this Body Blur and fall in love with it. Alright guys, so that's going to be everything for my makeup monthly for the month of June. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video or found some of my reviews helpful. I would love to know in the comments below, do we have any similarities in the products that I mentioned in any of the 3 categories? Or what is something that you've been loving or maybe not loving on in the month of June? I would love to know. So crazy to think that July is here. That really is blowing my mind. Summer always moves way too fast. I always get excited for a new month. I love flipping over my calendar, mostly because I have personalized calendars that have my little photos on it that I put in myself. I always love flipping the calendar to see what the next month is going to greet me with, but I'm excited to see what July has in store for me. But I hope that you guys enjoyed seeing some of my favorites, fails, and fine products for the month of June. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you did enjoy this video, I hope that you will give it a thumbs up. I also hope that you will consider subscribing before you go, and I'll catch you guys real soon in my next one. Bye.